like there's no lose in this fight, right? Like he's gonna just be like a ridiculous underdog. Like if he goes out there and loses, everyone's gonna be like, oh well, you know, everyone's still gonna want to see Nate Diaz fight because everyone knows this is his last fight in the UFC. He gets free of his contract after this. But same thing, like risk versus reward. Imagine if he gets the job done. Like imagine if he pulls off a submission, like pulls off like a Conor McGregor moment against Khamzat and pulls a victory out of the bag. Like his,
I know what you mean. Well, he is clever, right? He is smart. Like I even heard whispers that Hughes might have even had a fight. Obviously, because that would have been fucking awesome. And I'm allowed to swear. So that would have been awesome. And then again, like that's saying something for him to want to fight you. That's something incredible. Because look, he's headlining a pay-per-view event. There's not many people. We talked about this before. There's not many people that can do that without it being for a title.
There's like three guys that get pay-per-view that aren't champions. And it's Jorge, Nate, and Conor McGregor. So that's like an elite.
How close were you guys to actually?
I think like there were like rumblings. Had I won like the Chandler fight, then it would have been like a Nate. Wow, that would have been like Nate or Conor. Like there's a pretty. It's pretty good, but like it's a whole sport of like risk versus reward. Yeah. Right. So you gotta, you gotta be in it to win it.
Yeah, man. Like that's it. It's always fun to watch. Do you reckon this has got to be his last fight in the UFC, you think? It's his last fight?
Oh, man, he pulls it out of the bag and he wins. Like, he gets a title shot, right? Like, he goes into that contract negotiations.
Like, it's going to be hard to...
With a pretty ridiculous amount of momentum. Being off contract and being at the chance to get yourself a UFC title is it's a pretty incredible spot to find yourself in.
Man, like, well, you got to have a bit of Diaz brothers in the UFC, you know what I mean? So, like, how many good moments has he had? Not only good moments, but like, in and out the octagon. I know something, we were talking about it before. What I love about it, you've got Colby Covington, who's just a pretender, fake and all that. But then you've got guys like Nate Diaz, who's very entertaining, but it's all, that's wwho he is. That's what he's all about. You mess with him, he's like, yeah, fuck it, whatever. You know what I mean? Even though he's smart, but he's smart because he uses his own way.
Especially, like, Nick's like his older brother, and I feel like a lot of their following comes from, like, Nick and what he did.
Yep.
But, like, same thing, like, it is being true to themselves because, like, Nick obviously stood up to, I think it was, like, Nevada State Athletic Commission and sat out for years. Like, this guy in the prime of his fighting career sat out for years for, like, weed because we used to get banned for, like, smoking weed and stuff like that. Yeah. And he was just like, nah, I'm not gonna stop smoking weed, and kept failing drug tests. The Vegas Commission kept suspending him, and he just happy to sit out. Like, he spent years of his prime of his career on the shelf. So they definitely are, like, true to themselves, and the fans definitely respect them for like sticking up for who they are, I guess.